Welcome to Furniture Industry News. It's October 27th, 2025, and we're here to bring you the latest insights and developments shaping our industry. Let's dive right in. This fall, the high point market is buzzing, and it should come as no surprise to anyone that the word on everyone's lips was tariff. The ongoing tariff situation is continuing to create a dynamic and challenging environment, but suppliers are getting creative to keep business moving forward. It's clear that consumers are still buying furniture, but what they're looking for is changing. Their price expectations, their tastes, and their demand for real function and value are all shifting. For importing suppliers, the most immediate opportunity seems to be at the lower end of the market. They're adapting their strategies to meet this evolving consumer demand. On the other side of the coin, for domestic producers, the tariff environment is actually helping to level the playing field. Companies are finding that these conditions have reignited consumer interest in goods that are made right here in the U.S. Rob Spillman Jr., the president of Bassett Furniture, commented on this trend. He noted that the combination of the tariff equation and a growing consumer focus on sustainability has narrowed the price gap between imported and domestic goods. In his words, consumers are now actually putting their money where their mouth is. This sentiment is echoed by others, like Sunbrella, who see their domestic production as a significant competitive advantage in today's market. But market dynamics aren't just about sourcing and pricing. They're also about design and connecting with a new kind of customer. Bernhardt Furniture, a company with over 130 years of history, is a great example of this. CEO Alex Bernhardt Jr. is drawing on generations of family knowledge, but he's also embracing the philosophy that the furniture consumer has been forever changed. He points to social media and the internet, saying that today's consumer is aware of design in a way they never were before. To meet this savvy customer, the Bernhardt team welcomed buyers to a brand new standalone showroom in the Hamilton Wren Design District during the market. Inside, they showcased their latest introductions, all centered around an aesthetic that Bernhardt himself calls rustic modern. He explained that everything they do is very organic, with a lot of mixed media. They don't just build in one material. Instead, they combine metal with woven materials and different types of stone. For Alex Bernhardt Jr., it all comes back to a lesson he learned early on. Product is the most important thing in the furniture industry. His goal is to design furniture that consumers will truly fall in love with, creating a sense of pride of ownership that lasts for years. Perhaps the most interesting news to come out of High Point Market wasn't about a specific product or design trend, but about strategy and real estate. A fascinating transformation is unfolding quietly inside one of downtown's most recognizable landmarks, the former Red Lion Hotel. Asset manager Tim Moore and his team at HDDA LLC are orchestrating a complex turnaround of the property. What started as a distressed hotel is now evolving into an innovative mixed-use concept that blends showroom space, hospitality, and even residential living. The building's first floor, which is about 43,000 square feet, is already 99% leased to showrooms. Major players like the Phillips Collection and High Point Exhibitions have each claimed over 15,000 square feet of that space. But the vision extends upward. The floors above, from level 2 through 8, are being considered for conversion into roughly 70 condominium units. This residential project, billed as the Foundry on Wren, is envisioned for manufacturers, reps, and even High Point University parents who want a permanent foothold in the city. As Tim Moore puts it, it's about extending the heartbeat of market beyond just those 2 weeks. The ultimate goal here isn't just to reposition a single building, but to help reignite High Point's entire downtown core. It's a powerful reminder that while the market will always be about furniture, the real story is increasingly about the real estate behind it. And speaking of stories that shape our industry, I've been working on something new that I'm really excited about. It's called The Story Of, a documentary-style series from Furniture Industry News that dives deep into the companies, ideas, and decisions that built this business. We'll explore how the biggest names in furniture rose, fell, adapted, and changed the way we all operate today. These aren't just stories. They're lessons for anyone who runs, sells, designs, or manages in this industry. The story of, coming soon right here on Furniture Industry News. Now, shifting from strategy to retail news, there's major movement from At Home Group this week. The home furnishing specialty chain has successfully completed its financial restructuring. In a significant move, the company has wiped out nearly all of its $2 billion in funded debt. The announcement came late last week, confirming that At Home has officially emerged from Chapter 11 bankruptcy. This fresh start is backed by $500 million in new exit financing, which is intended to drive future growth. The company had filed for bankruptcy back in June and shuttered 31 locations during the restructuring process. It now operates 229 stores across 39 states. In a statement, CEO Brad Weston said, "We are officially starting our next phase with renewed financial strength, flexibility, and momentum." As part of this transition, ownership of At Home has now shifted to a group of its lenders, which includes funds affiliated with Redwood Capital Management, Farallon Capital Management, and Anchorage Capital Advisors. This marks a pivotal new chapter for the retailer. That's all for this week's update. To stay informed on the latest industry news, be sure to subscribe to our podcast.